Welcome to TheatreWorks Concession Register Training. This video will help you to become familiar with the TheatreWorks concession register systems and your duties as a concessions volunteer. Before opening your register, count the money in the cash box and record your starting cash on the log. You will find the log in the space below the black coin tray in the cash box. Your total should equal the ending cash from the previous performance. If the total doesn't match, please notify the house manager. One of your first duties, if the house manager hasn't already done so, will be to set up and log into the concessions kiosk. Plug in the kiosk and turn on the iPad contained within the kiosk by pressing the home key on the right side of the iPad. If the virtual keyboard doesn't appear, you may have to wait for the screen to go blank and then press the home key on the right side of the iPad again. The code to unlock the iPad is Live Theatre, just like our Wi-Fi password. Remember to type it as one word and that theatre is spelled ending in RE, not ER. After unlocking the iPad, activate the Square register system by pressing the square icon. Once Square opens, select Sign In. Then select Use Device Code to activate Square. The 12-character device code will be found on the instruction sheet inside the concessions cash box below the black coin tray. Enter the code and click either Sign In or Go. The Square register is now active. Select More from the bottom of the screen. Next, select Reports. Tap Starting Cash at the top of the screen. Then enter the amount of starting cash you counted in the concessions cash box. Now tap Start Drawer. Your drawer is now open and ready for use. Tap Checkout at the bottom of the screen to access your register. Items in the register are organized into beverages, candy, snacks, and gifts. You can access any of these by tapping the tabs at the top of the screen, or by swiping left or right with your finger across the screen. Notice that each item has a corresponding picture. To initiate a sale, simply tap the item requested. Tapping an item multiple times will increase the count for that item. Let's say our patron orders a Coke, a red wine, peanut M&Ms, Twix, and some cookies. The total is $13. To accept payment, tap the black charge rectangle on the lower right of the screen, which shows the amount of the current sale. This will bring up a summary page of the sale and activate the kiosk for payment. If payment is to be made using a credit or debit card, Apple Pay, or other digital device, have them hover their item over the blinking square to the right of the kiosk. There is also a slot for card insertion and a scannable QR code should they be necessary. For cash payments, gift cards, or when manual entry of card information is necessary, touch all payment options at the top left of the screen. Square will suggest several amounts that the patron might offer, exact change being one of them. Select the amount tendered or touch Custom on the right. Perhaps the patron offered a $50 bill. You can abandon a custom amount by tapping the left-facing arrow to return to the original display. In this case, the amount was $20. Square calculates the proper change. After returning the change to the patron, tap New Sale at the top right of the screen. You are now ready for your next customer. Now, let's look at how to delete items from an order, or to completely start over. Your patron has ordered 2 Cokes, but changes their mind and wants a ginger ale and only 1 Coke. Adding the ginger ale is simple. Now, we will delete 1 Coke by tapping the Coke line on the invoice and adjusting the total by tapping the minus sign and tapping Save. They also decide against the cookies. We tap the famous Amos line, adjust the amount using the minus sign, and tap Save. Tapping the three dots in the upper right corner, and then tapping Clear Items, will remove all of the items and allow us to start from scratch if necessary. You may have noticed the donation icon in the lower right of each product display. This is reserved for patrons making a donation with a credit card or device. Cash donations are received in the donations box on the counter. When it is apparent that a patron is going to make a credit purchase, we customarily ask if they would like to make a $5 donation to the theater. You can easily add a donation to their order using the donation icon. Tapping the donation icon will reveal several suggested levels of donation. If they have agreed to $5, we simply tap that, and tap Add in the upper right. If they suggest an amount not displayed, tap the Open a Variable selection. Enter the donation amount and tap the plus sign. Then tap Add to add the donation to their bill. Then continue processing the order like any other. At the end of your shift, you will need to close out the register. Begin by tapping the More icon at the lower right of the screen. It consists of 3 horizontal bars and the word More. Next, select Reports from the menu. You will find it near the top of the list on the left-hand side. If you didn't do so when opening your drawer, tap the field below Drawer Description at the top of the screen and name your drawer. Please use the name of the play, either short or long form. For example, if the play is The Shark is Broken, use either Shark or The Shark is Broken. Then the date, followed by your last name. Now, tap the End Drawer button, just below the drawer description. If you haven't already counted your ending cash from the cash box, count it now, and enter the amount in the actual in-drawer field. If you forgot to name your drawer, you have a second chance here. Now tap the End Drawer button. Square asks you to confirm that you wish to end the drawer. Either tap End Drawer, or select Cancel if you need to go back to correct something. To sign out of Square, tap More at the bottom right of the screen. On the next display, tap Sign Out TheatreWorks New Milford, which is located toward the lower part of the display. Finally, tap the red Sign Out button. Press the Home key on the right side of the iPad. This will allow you to exit Square and return to the main menu. Your final step is to shut down the iPad. Tap the gear settings icon on the lower right of the screen. Now scroll to the bottom of the displayed list by swiping upward with your finger. Tap Shut Down at the bottom of the list. The last step is to slide the icon at the top of the screen to the right with your finger. Congratulations, we look forward to seeing you at your first shift.